Yo, y'all ever ran across them couples and stuff, whether on TV or whether out in the grocery store and stuff, man? I met a couple one time. I was at the Audi store shopping. Aldi's or however you all said, ALDI. This was like a year ago or something. Man, yo, I forgot. I think you know how you have less items and somebody in front of you have a lot of items, but they'll look and see like, yo, you ain't got that many items. Go on and get in front of us. So the man, the man, an old white man, let me in front of him, right? So he started talking in convo about his wife. He was like, yeah, I've been with this old gal right here. Um, I'm gonna tell y'all the funny stuff, yo. She was like, I mean, he was like, I've been with this gal right here. Um, going on 60 some years or something. I'm like, what? And she was like, yeah, I've been knowing him since he was 13 or 14 or something. She was like, he was very good looking, had long hair. I wonder what happened to it. You get what I'm saying? Like they comical with their marriage, so I'm trying to look at it like, yo, how do marriages last that long? Because they laughing and joking and stuff like that. She laughing off how he used to look when she first like met him. She was like, "Oh, he was very attractive." You get what I'm saying? These couples like in their 80s or something. You get what I'm saying? She was like, he was very attractive, had long hair and such and such. I was like, what? You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can't pay no modern day thinking man or a modern day thinking woman to cling on to a relationship that long. And I'm trying to figure out what was the magic with all those people you hear about. They've been together 35 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Now, was somebody lenient towards somebody else BS? Meaning that just because this person was the breadwinner of the household or whatever, you just took everything along the way. You get what I'm saying? You really didn't argue about anything. This man was paying everything. Um, I don't know. I'm just thinking of stuff. I'm sitting back wondering. When I wonder on certain stuff, I try to bring it to social media and stuff. Just thought everything got to be content on reaction on something. But what did those people do? And that's what the world I need to start doing, yo. That's what I need to start doing when I be having my tablet or something with me. I see a couple together or something that look of age, ask them how long they been together, and then like don't be like an interview, but just ask them certain questions and ask them do they want to be on camera or like I'm gonna start doing stuff like that. What do y'all see different from in the 50s, but from the 50s to now? Of course, technology and stuff like that, but I'm speaking on like love and all of that stuff like that. Like what makes people stay together all those years and stuff. You get what I'm saying? Cause like yo, the couple that well she's deceased now. She just passed earlier this year. Earlier this year she just passed at the age of 95. This woman I'm talking about to stay beside me. Yo, don't nobody should have no excuses unless you really have some type of health issues to the point where like yo, my limbs are really messed up, man. I really can't go out here and move or do nothing. Then that would be your excuse. But other than that, man, this 95-year-old woman, man, had a Buick LeSabre, yo. She get in that car on a regular basis, but every Wednesday she had a hair appointment in the city limits. Now we in the countryside now, so that's like 11 to 13 minutes of driving. You got to go through town to get to the city limits. You get what I'm saying? So this woman was 95 years old and used to drive all the way from the countryside to the city limits every Wednesday like it wasn't no problem. And do y'all know, I done said stories about this before. I ain't never seen an old lady drive that darn fast in a low speed miles per hour zone. Like if it's 35 miles per hour zone, she going 60. Like honestly, a 95-year-old woman and her husband, right? This man, I remember they told me, or yeah, she told me because the man was like kind of suffering from amnesia and dementia later on down the line. And when I first moved down here 15 years ago, I can remember that old man walking every day to the fence line right here, and he'll speak, and then he'll make his U-turn and go on back to the house and stuff. But yo, that man was in his 90s and stuff too. You get what I'm saying? So he was in the war, the Vietnam War, one of them wars and stuff, the first wars or something. So if he was 90 something, y'all can do the math of what war he was in. You get what I'm saying? But I remember one time the lady said that she been knowing him since high school. Since high school, yo. That's 80 something years, like since high school. Since school and stuff, right? Said he graduated, went off to the army. You know the typical stuff, probably had a kid or two or something with another lady or something. But when he came back to her, they settled down and been together ever since. And that lady stuck to that man's side all the way till he died. The man just died, what? I want to say like 5 years ago. And she just died earlier this year at the age of 95. So if he died, so he would have been probably 95 if he was still living. So yesterday he died at the age of 90. You get what I'm saying? But other than that, those would have been the people that talk about slavery and all of that stuff with. Like, yo, did we really experience that? Like, did y'all really experience that? Like, how I was living? But back to what I was saying, though. Yo, to be with somebody, be knowing somebody since high school, they go off to the army, the war and stuff. Then once the war over, y'all get back together and stuff, and then lock in for the rest of y'all life to death, do y'all part. You get what I'm saying? Like, why people don't do that nowadays? You want to know why? Because of the modern day thinking. I had to learn about some of that stuff through the terms and stuff, through watching Kevin Samuels months ago. I was like, damn, why I won't privy to knowing about this dude? Well, I used to see his name come up all the time, but I ain't know who he was and what his content was about. But yo, modern day thinking of these women is I don't need a man. It's basically what I'm saying. So that's exactly why these relationships is not going to last 30, 40 years and stuff. So I look at it like you get in an argument with a female, right? Female nowadays, they'll goddamn storm out the room, go in another room, and hop on the phone and get on social media or whatever the case may be, instead of working things out or whatever. So did those older couples work stuff out, or was in that older generation, them men was firm and put their foot down, was like, yo, you with me, you ain't gonna be with nobody else. And then the women did sneak around but didn't get caught or whatever. But I don't know how you can stay that long together and don't have no type of sexual interest in nobody on TV, nobody that you come across in life, the smell of a person perfume, the scent of a man's cologne. Like, did none of that turn you on, even though you was married or something, while you was out here in the world? Like, what kept people faithful? You get what I'm saying? I just be wondering that. I should have asked that couple that when I was in that Audi store. You get what I'm saying? And I should have asked the older people that stayed beside me. And the dudes the same way. The dudes feel like if they try to then make something right with the female, it's making them look less of a man and sensitive. Do y'all know a female got one time to call me sensitive, and guess what I'm gonna be like? Yeah, okay, I am sensitive. You wanna know why? Because insecure, I mean. Insecure. Who wouldn't brag on being insecure? Being insecure means I'm not content with knowing that you got my best interest at heart. So I'm insecure. You are not doing anything to secure me to the point where, like, yo, we hit a rock and roll, whatever the case may be, pollution, anything come our way, is you gonna hold it down? Is you gonna be firm? Is you gonna work things out? Or is you gonna be the one that be one of those ones to be like, yo, I need my space. And in between that space, you kicking it with somebody on social media that been flirting with you the whole darn time. So that's why relationships don't last long in these days of times anyway, because of social media be pollution. If a dude get on the darn social media and like a female pic and stuff, right? And a dude get at his girl about that, then he have every right to, like, yo, you get what I'm saying? Like, why does this dude keep making comments and liking stuff? Now, I can see if you just got there a friendly type person that everybody been knowing you from school. It ain't no flirty type stuff. You just a friendly type person. And a person liking your pics and stuff, and then you speaking to them like, hey, how you doing? I ain't see you since school. That's friendly. Like, you gotta be able to know the difference between that friendly and flirty type stuff. But social media is a downfall for a whole lot of relationships. And I used to put my foot down in every last one of them and make that be the main issue. Like, let it be known, like, that's the issue. If we're in a relationship and if we both on social media, that ain't gonna do nothing but cause issues and goddamn pollution. I'm gonna be wondering why this dude keep liking this and making comments on this. You're gonna be getting at me about this chick and all of that. So it's pollution. You get what I'm saying? But dudes dudes don't have enough pride to let females know like they insecure. I'm insecure. I'll let you know right now. I'll brag on it. I'm not content with knowing that you got my best interest at heart. So why wouldn't I be insecure? You get what I'm saying? Secure me. You get what I'm saying? Every time stuff go on, a chick or run the social media or be on some quick to be like, I need my space. During that time and space, do you really need your space? Like, some people can argue and be like, yo, some people really be needing their space because of the anger and rage in them, and they don't want to react off of that rage because you're gonna say some hurtful stuff. So maybe some people do need their time and stuff, but when a person be like they need time and break and space for somebody, and a couple of days go by, a week go by, then that should be the breakup right there. Cause how in the world you need that much space? And that has a lot to do with single fathers. I mean, single moms and stuff too. Like, dudes ain't fighting hard enough for their kids and stuff. They just letting it be. Like, oh, all right, she don't want me to be in the kid life. Oh, she want to be whole, be spiteful with me on some relationship type stuff because I'm out here playing around with different females and this and that. That shouldn't even be involving the kid. You get what I'm saying? But that'd be a whole lot of the father's fault too. You get what I'm saying? You go at somebody without contraceptives, then you best believe is you gonna birth something 9 months later, 8 months later, 7 months later, prematurely in certain cases. You get what I'm saying? So that be the fault on both parties, the mother and the father fault. When she opened her legs up and noticed he ain't got no contraceptive on, then that's your fault if you got there and get pregnant and then got there he run around here and don't want to be a good father. You get what I'm saying? Do people plan pregnancies nowadays like they used to and stuff? Like, okay, ovulation this round this time, so we're gonna lay down and we're gonna have sex during this time. my period is this time, so just calculate this time. Like, do people plan something up? People just be screwing and stuff in the heated moment of lust. You get what I'm saying? Then before you know it, a baby here. So is it good to plan stuff like that? But yeah, man, the whole purpose was this was like, yo, why don't relationships last 40, 50, 60 years like those couples we be hearing about? You get what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I be sitting back thinking on certain stuff. Did the man put his foot down back in the days and was framing like, yo, you gonna be with me and only me? Or what was the deal with that? You mostly hear about it in white communities and stuff like that. The marriages that last that long. It's you hear about it in the black community and stuff as well, but I ain't gonna say it's real. It's not more common as you would see like white couples and stuff. And you flip over the newspaper and they celebrating a 60-year anniversary wedding or something, a 60-year anniversary of being married and stuff. You get what I'm saying? So the lifestyles too. That be the part of it too. What lifestyle is the man into? What lifestyle is the woman into? Did she stop working occupation to be a straight up housewife? And what occupation is he upholding? Is he around numerous females to the point where lust gonna come into play one day or something? And I don't know, but let them tell it. They ain't cheat. They was solid the whole 40, 50 some years, man. But it's been real, man. I know.